Hey everyone, so it is now week 9. Whoops. So when you last saw me, I said I was 4 weeks pregnant, and that was going off my last menstrual date, the first day of my last menstrual period. But I knew that I had ovulated later than it would have suggested my due date was. So I did mention this to my doctor, and we had a dating ultrasound. So I've kind of jotted down notes since my last video many weeks ago. So this is going to be a recap pretty much of the first trimester, seeing as I have just a couple weeks left in my first trimester. Okay, so right now, today is July 8th, and I am 9 weeks and 5 days. Okay, so going all the way back to when I said it was 4 weeks, when it was really 3 weeks, I think I went over most of this stuff in my first video. Like, no appetite, I had my labs, and the HCG was 86. I can't express any milk anymore. Like twinges, but not a lot of weird uterine stuff. Bloat, breathlessness. Okay, so now let's get into the real week 4, which was at the beginning of June. It's not July. Okay. Sore boobs, which continue until now. I stopped having to pee in the middle of the night, having to pee so frequently during the week, during week 4. I had my first doctor's visit, which is great. My doctor's great. She's our family doctor for all of us, so now she'll also be my OB-GYN, and she'll deliver. So that's great. I didn't have to switch providers or anything like that. So I'm really happy. The first visit was, it was longer, but it was because I needed a PAP and, what else? Just talking, I think. But pretty much the PAP and like a physical, pretty much. And then she sent me for the dating ultrasound, which was at 6 weeks, and I'll talk about that then. Okay, so then that week, I was leaving to go on a trip. So this was 4 weeks, and we decided to just tell Floor. Because she kind of knew, because it was really bloated, like really bloated, and she could see my belly was sticking out, and she was like, "Mommy, do you have a baby in there?" And we kept having to fib to her, and I didn't like that, so we told her the day before we left for the trip, which was when I would have turned 5 weeks. And we actually did a photo shoot, and when we told her, I had one of my photographer friends, I work with a lot of photographers because I do makeup, I asked her to capture the moment when we told Flora, because I knew her expression was going to be priceless, and she was just so excited. And when we did tell her, she said, "This is the luckiest day of my life." It was very, very sweet. So I'm going to use those pictures as my announcement pictures, which is I'm going to announce in just a couple days. Going on a trip, and I was just like, I can't not tell them because I'm already like feeling sick, and I'm going to be there, so I would feel weird if they found out later. Anyway, we just ended up telling a whole bunch of family early on, which was fine, and I knew that if we didn't tell Floor, I couldn't tell anybody else really, because it'd be really hard to like talk around her, and I knew if we did tell her, we'd just have to tell people because she was going to tell them herself. So, I was very tired during that trip. I took a nap most days. Just like crash. So I have a Fitbit, and prior to pregnancy I was doing at least 10,000 steps a day, if not up to 15,000 steps a day. And I like totally crashed. I went down to like 2,000 steps a day. It was just so hard to function that week, especially because I was traveling. More sore boobs, sore nipples, nursing hurts. That started at 5 weeks. It hurts now. I think she's almost done. We haven't nursed in like 3 or 4 days. And she's kind of saying, "I'll just nurse when the baby comes." So I try to tell her, well, I think you'll forget to how to latch by then, and the milk is mostly going to be for the baby by then. So I don't know what's going to happen. She'll be 4 in 9 days. So I don't know if we'll make it to her 4th birthday, or I have no idea. But we're pretty much done, which is sad, but it hurts. So I don't know. It kind of worked out. I wasn't sick that week. I was fine. Okay, 6 weeks. I came back, and I had my dating ultrasound, and at 6 weeks, it was like 6 weeks, 3 days or something, they saw the heartbeat, and it was 130 then, and that's when they said, "Oh, you're measuring a week behind," and I knew that from my ovulation versus my last menstrual period. So that was that week. and my doctor was out of town, so I didn't like officially hear for like a couple days, but it was fine because the ultrasound was fine, baby was fine. Okay, 7 weeks. I told friends that I came back from Maryland, and I told friends, well, I came back during 6 weeks, but 7 weeks. I told some close friends that I saw after my trip. Very exciting. I met with a dietitian, which I think I spoke about in my first video, how much I wanted to talk to a dietitian, and that went okay. So I started feeling really sick pretty much from 7 to now. Like an abnormal eating. I've actually, from the time I left on my trip to now, I've lost 6 pounds. And just weird eating habits. Like, I get full really super easily. I don't know if that's bloat. And pretty much the hours from 3 to 7, I'm like so sick. I can't eat. I don't want to think about dinner. Nothing. So it was hard to have a dietitian appointment when I didn't want to talk about food. Didn't want to talk about like my eating is so weird right now. So she pretty much said, let's just meet in like a month. I think we're meeting at the beginning of August. And she wants me to track like 3 meals and see what my calories are at on my Fitbit, because like Fitbit software has a really good calorie counting or meal tracking program, I guess. I haven't tried it yet. And she wants to assess what she thinks my calorie needs should be during this pregnancy. But trying to eat better, but like vegetables sound disgusting, and usually I eat pretty healthily, like fruits and vegetable wise. But it's just like avocados, like of course it's fattening, so of course that sounds delicious. But fruit, like I had a banana smoothie for breakfast, banana oatmeal, yogurt, chia seeds, peanut butter smoothie. And then we had sandwiches for lunch, and I mean, just, I don't know, it's hard to just like sit and be like, I'm gonna eat a lot of vegetables. And so yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully by that appointment I'm eating better, regularly, more. So that was 7 weeks. 8 weeks was the week of my birthday, and my birthday night I actually ended up being so sick I threw up for the first time. I haven't thrown up since. But, oh, that was terrible. Terrible. My husband was on night call that night, so he wasn't even home. Oh, it was just bad. Nobody likes to throw up, but, oh, I'm just not used to throwing up. I don't throw up very often, so it was terrible. Being alone was terrible, too. Sorry. I found Doppler. I found the heartbeat on my home Doppler at 8 weeks, 6 days. I wasn't like checking every day, so I don't know if I would have found it prior to that, but found it 8 weeks, 6 days. It was nice and strong. And I had a killer headache, which was last week today, that like put me out for the rest of the day. And I actually forgot to take Florida like dance class, and it was bad. My appetite has improved slightly, and I'm getting in more steps, but I'm still not at 10,000. I would love to be back at least 10,000 steps. But just find myself so tired, so breathless. Just wanted to take a nap like every day. Okay, now here we are, 9 weeks. Okay, so I read that 9 weeks is the sickness peak week for morning sickness or sickness during the first trimester, and hopefully we're on a downward curve right now with that, because I'd like to just be done. I don't remember being like this with Florida. I don't know if it's because if I like busier because I have Florida, but I was working. But just like maybe I have more time to think about how I feel. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It feels different. I had another doctor's appointment where we did just talking. I didn't even pee in a cup. I'm not sure when that starts. I don't remember with Flora. So if you know, leave it in the comments. When am I going to pee in a cup? She found heartbeat on her Doppler. She said, oh, maybe we shouldn't try. It's a little early. And I told her, oh, I found it last week with mine. She said, okay, we'll do it. And then she found it right away. So that was nice and comforting. We scheduled the Nuchal scan. So I'll be 6 weeks in a couple days. Or I'm sorry, 12 weeks in a couple days when that happens. So the end of July. Pretty tired still. But I can't sleep in the morning, like sleep in. I'm like just up. And I definitely go pee every single night, at least once, maybe twice a night. Right now, sorry, I lost my notes. What else? My doctor suggested for sickness, try eating salty pretzel rods, which actually does help. And I've been having those in whipped cream cheese, which is a really good snack when, like, during the hours that I normally can't eat. Having that is really nice. And sour gummy candies are good too. Oh, I've noticed seltzer water helps a lot. Just like the bubbly water seems to just settle my stomach, and it's nice because it doesn't really have calories. So that's really it. That's all I have. I think I talked about everything that's been going on. The bloat is crazy. I just like, oh, I maternity clothes. I look pregnant. I feel like at the end of the day I look super pregnant. I'm wearing a lot of maternity tops just because I want to emphasize that I'm pregnant and not just like chubbier. And pants are still the same. I haven't worn my jeans in a while because I like don't even want to try. But I've been wearing leggings, like a lot of leggings, and just stretchier pants. So I haven't switched to maternity pants, but definitely maternity tops or tops that have an empire waist. So right now that's what I'm dealing with. I'd rather just like focus, like emphasize, like this is a baby bump and not like my stomach is way bigger than my boobs right now. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm really gonna try. I'm gonna try to do this more regularly. It just like kept getting away from me and getting away from me, but I'm glad I kept notes. But I'm sad that I missed recording all these weeks because for my first pregnancy I did pretty regularly, more regular than this. So please leave me some comments. Encourage me to keep making weekly vlogs or weekly pregnancy updates. And I actually would love to get back into some more daily vlogging because I love seeing those videos now, and she was so tiny and I don't want to miss this with the next one. So I'd love to try to do a couple of those too. Anyway, so I will see you guys for week 10, which is in just a couple of days, but I probably won't record till the middle of it. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!